to say you gotta know somebody, oh know somebody to get somewhere these days. To say you know that's alright, yeah that's alright, cause you know that's alright with me. Yeah, you know that's alright, yeah that's alright, cause you know that's alright.
I want to show you the ways that we buy, okay? We basically have 12 ways that we buy real estate. These are the 12 ways. The text is a little small here. But the top 3 are what we call the pillars, okay? Seller financing. When I find a house where the house is free and clear, where the house has a lot of equity in it, I immediately know, a bell goes off in my head, and I begin to discuss seller financing with the seller. Now, there's a sales strategy of how to discuss it with people. And you've got to understand the concept thoroughly before you can get somebody to enter a transaction with you for seller financing. It's an amazing way to buy a house. Just quickly imagine if someone said to me, you know, I'm going to buy their house for $200,000, and I'm going to make payments to them. And I'm going to make payments to them for $1,000 a month for 200 months. Okay? 200 months is, you know, is that 16 years? And $1,000 a month is a number that I've come up with that I know I can rent the house out, pay the taxes, pay the insurance, and pay them $1,000 a month and still make a cash flow. Okay? And what often you'll learn from us about how we do seller finance deals is that we're not making an interest payment to this individual. After all, they're not giving me a loan, okay? They have a house they want to sell, I want to buy, and we are negotiating a seller financed agreement so that they get the money that they need, which is the $200,000 in the form of $1,000 a month. We get the house we need with the financing already. Okay, so can you imagine if you had 10 houses that you were making $1,000 a month payments on, and the principal getting paid off on that house was $1,000 a month? Your net worth is going up by $10,000 a month. Okay? Forget about appreciation. Forget about all of the values of a piece of real estate. There you go. There's all the different things that you can get from a piece of real estate. You can profit off the rent. Okay, you get growth from the property. You get cash flow in the form of income. You get amortization. Okay, you get tax benefits. You get to use the property. This is a way where you can enjoy all of those things and still be building your net worth. $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month, depending on how many of these you have. This is something, this strategy, it's not that complicated, but you don't hear of it very often because 90% of your real estate investors aren't really investing in real estate anyway. They're wholesaling and they're flipping, okay? Which is real estate investing, but then again, maybe it isn't. They're not keeping anything. Wholesaling is certainly not investing. You don't even own the house. You sell the damn contract before settlement ever happens, right? Flipping, you guess you could say, is investing, but you end up selling the house 3 months, 6 months down the road. Okay? This is investing. This is using your brain, using financing strategies to take a piece of real estate that might be a marginal piece of real estate. But it's not marginal if $1,000 a month mortgage payment is building $1,000 a month in wealth in your account. Okay? There's nothing marginal about that. That's an amazing way to do a real estate deal. Subject 2, where you take over existing financing and you make payments on someone else's loan. Private money I already talked about. Number 4 to number 7 is a combination of these two things. Typically what you'll find is you won't find a deal that's seller financing, 100% seller financing. You're always going to have to pay the seller something. They're not just going to say, sure, take my house and give me $1,000 a month. They're going to need some money, 20 grand, 30 grand. The less you can give them, the better. But you might need to go to a private lender. So the deal becomes a private lending deal with seller financing. Or it could be a subject to deal with private lending. It's a combination. What usually happens is a combination of these strategies. So learning just one strategy isn't enough. You need to learn seller financing you use when it's free and clear, subject to when they have a loan on the house, and you can take over that payment. Private money when you need to apply cash to the transaction, okay? The other strategies are ones, wholesaling. It's still a great strategy. You can make it 50 grand a year off of just a couple of deals. Why wouldn't you do it? And I do it. And many times, the way I find my wholesale deals is I go to an appointment with a seller to buy their house, but I realize it can't be bought. Not the way I want to buy it. It just can't be bought. Or it doesn't fit my portfolio. It's too far away from where I buy, or it's, for whatever reason, it's a property I don't want to mess with. Guess what? I can still wholesale it. So I get it under contract, and then I wholesale that I sell that contract to somebody else who's willing to live in it, or flip it, or rent it, or whatever. Okay? Foreclosures. We still buy houses through various foreclosure methods. Short sales, REOs, sheriff sales. You gotta know these techniques because they occasionally, once or twice a year, we pick up a property through these things. Lease options. Lease options are a great way to get paid to buy houses, okay? We've taken over properties subject to and then done a lease option with somebody on a rent-to-own agreement and got paid $20,000. Equity partnering is another technique that I talked a little bit about, okay? Where you can equity partner with your lender, with your private lender. You can basically sell them a piece of your deal. Put together a beautiful real estate deal, okay? Work hard to structure great real estate deals, and you'll never have a problem finding a private lender. You'll never have a problem finding an equity partner. If your deal is excellent, there's always going to be somebody who wants a piece of it. If it's truly an excellent deal. If you can't find a private lender and you can't find a partner, maybe your deal's not so good. You need to focus a little bit more energy on finding better deals. Wholesaling to yourself, I already talked about, okay? To me, I tell you I got this business figured out. That's it right there. That's the buyer's briefcase.